All right. Time now for Konrad's Car Clinic. Sorry for the postponement, but we have the car clinic, and it's ready to go, Konrad. It's all yours.
Well, we're going to talk mufflers today.
All right.
You know, if you think about way back in the day, mufflers were put on cars to try and quiet them down, create a little back pressure, but also kind of quiet them down. If you remember, back when we were building hot rods, what was one of the mufflers of choice?
Cherry bomb.
It was the cherry bomb. So really what a cherry bomb is basically a straight pipe that had fiberglass inside of it to try and muffle the noise.
But not too much.
Not too much. But originally, when people wanted to make a hot rod, they would just put straight pipes on the car. Today, people still put straight pipes. Well, cherry bomb...
He's sitting right next to you.
Put a straight pipe on the car, but it had glass inside of it to try and muffle the noise. So how a muffler works is it changes the direction of the air, and instead of, because an engine creates a puff, each is cylinder firing event. So what the muffler's trying to do is concentrate all of those puffs into one stream of air so it can minimize the noise that's created. So that's how the muffler works internally. The air is passed through different chambers to go in one side, pass through different chambers, and go out the other side. But cherry bomb was kind of the muffler of choice back in the day. And then they made some evolutions of the cherry bomb muffler as well, and actually put some chambers in it, again trying to change the direction of the airflow inside of the muffler or cherry bomb itself. And then their direct competitor was another company called Thrush. Now, Thrush mufflers were well known because they had the, for lack of a better phrase, the little Thrush Roadrunner face on it. Pretty popular sticker back in the day was to put a Thrush muffler sticker on your vehicle. And they had a pretty loud noise to them. They weren't very quiet either, but they had a relatively distinct noise to them. And different manufacturers through the years did different things to help the exhaust flow of their vehicle. That's the exhaust system of a typical Corvette.
I'm just going to say that's mine.
Yeah, typical Corvette exhaust system. And one of the things, that's a C5 exhaust system. And one of the things Chevrolet did on the C6 is they added what's basically called a cutout that cuts out the muffler and becomes a straight pipe in the exhaust system that automatically functions based on RPM and how much throttle input you have. But, Chevrolet wasn't the first person to put factory cutouts on their vehicle. Do you know who was?
No.
1969 Pontiac GTO had a factory cutout option on it, where literally you would turn a lever and you would dump the exhaust system before the muffler. Highly illegal.
I had no clue. I did not know that. Was that a John DeLorean?
Yeah, it was a John DeLorean thing, trying to create more horsepower out of the Ram Air engines. And, there's an old famous commercial of a 69 GTO driving through a drive-through, kind of looking for a street race, basically. And he opens the cutouts, makes all the noise, closes the cutouts, and drives past a cop at the end of the commercial.
Yeah,
pretty cool commercial.
I mean, I've never seen one. I've never heard of it before that, but it doesn't surprise me. I wonder if there are any original GTOs out there that actually have
There's
that from
one
the
that
factory.
shows up on the show circuit every now and then. It's kind of that pale metallic green that has that feature on it. So, and then there are custom exhaust systems that you can get made that can kind of tune the sound you hear.
Right.
Every now and then you hear a Mustang go by and it has basically a hollow sound to it. That's because of the mufflers that they've put on it.
Well, that and that flat plane engine.
Right.
Yeah.
So, each engine creates its own noise or pulse wave of sound. So, yep, that's mufflers again.
Well, that's a great story. Great one. Okay, thank you, sir. A couple of stories making automotive news headlines. The new Cadillac Celestiq ultra luxury electric sedan will start as a blank canvas, priced at around $340,000 before buyers add their personal finishes. Brand leaders said this week.
Hand built.
Cadillac Global CMO Melissa Grady Diaz disclosed the starting price in a LinkedIn post and said the brand has seen strong demand for the Celestiq since it was unveiled last year. Buyers will be notified starting this week that they can begin the process to design their cars. $340,000.
And Mary Barra still makes $29 million.
Right.
By the way, it's going to be hand-built at the Tech Center campus at the new Cadillac House of Vanderbilt. Suzanne Vanderbilt, who worked on Cadillac vehicles before joining GM Design in 1955. The facility will house a concierge service for Celestique buyers from around the world to design their vehicles.
I'm in.
Remember, they had a concierge service for people who bought the Alante as well.
How did that work out? Japanese ship leasing company Shoei Kisen Kaisha, owner of the car carrier Fremantle Highway that caught fire off the Dutch coast last week, said Friday it'll investigate the cause of the incident in cooperation with relevant parties. Blaze broke out July 26th. Traveling from Germany to Egypt, more than 3,000 vehicles on board, killing one crew member, injuring 7 others who jumped overboard to escape the flames. You know how tall that is? It's massive. It's like, 100 feet down to the ocean.
At least.
Good luck. The local officials said the carrier arrived at the northern Dutch port of Eemshaven for salvage
Is
on
the fire
Thursday.
out?
Yes, the fire is out. The emergency responder was heard in a recording released by Dutch broadcaster RTL as saying the fire started in the battery of an electric car.
Jeff needs to put it in his calendar.
Yeah, next in 2024, the ship's going down with.
Yeah, ship's going down. Dutch company provides dredging, towage, and salvage services. Company called Royal Boscalis Westminster.
Spell that.
I've got
No.
all their albums.
Yeah, do you? All right, well, that's it for this hour of the In Wheel Time Car Talk Show. We got the last hour coming up. Stay with us right here on In Wheel Time. Everyone at the Tailpipes and Tacos Cruise In at the Lupi Tortilla Tex-Mex in Katy, thank you for participating in the best cruise in around and look forward to seeing you again. You'll hear about the next cruise in date right here on In Wheel Time. Next time you're in the West Houston Energy Corridor area, be sure and stop in at the original Lupi Tortilla Tex-Mex at I-10 and Highway 6 or the Katy location on the Grand Parkway at Kingsland Boulevard. When passing through Beaumont or College Station, stop in and have Lupi's award-winning beef fajitas and frozen margaritas. There's always a celebration at Lupi Tortilla. Lupi Tortilla founder Stan Holt and his wife Sheila are winning racers on the NHRA drag racing circuit and have a collection of hot rods and classics that everyone appreciates. Look for them at the next Tailpipes and Tacos Cruise In. The date will be announced soon and will once again be held at the Lupi Tortilla Tex-Mex on 99 and Kingsland Boulevard, just south of I-10 and Katy. We'll give you all the details right here on the In Real Time Car Talk Show and online. Donations benefit God's Garage. We'll see you then. You own a car you love. Well, why not let Gulf Coast Auto Shield protect it? Houstonian John Gray invites you to his state-of-the-art facility to introduce you to his specialist team of auto enthusiasts. We promise you'll be impressed. Whether you're looking to massage your original paint to a like-new appearance, apply a ceramic coating, install a paint protection film, nano-ceramic window tint, or new windshield protection called ExoShield, Gulf Coast Auto Shield is where Houston's car people go. Curbed your wheels? Instead of buying new, why not have them repaired? How about a professionally installed radar detector? Gulf Coast Auto Shield does that too. Get a peek inside the shop and look at the services offered by getting online and heading to gcautoshield.com. Better yet, stop by their facility at 11275 South Sam Houston Tollway, just south of the Southwest Freeway, and get a personal tour. Gulf Coast Auto Shield is your place to go for all things exterior. Call them today, 832-930-5655 or gcautoshield.com. The award-winning In Real Time Car Talk Show is available on the most popular podcast channels out there in 30-minute episodes. We realize our 3-hour live show can be difficult to catch in its entirety, so now you can listen every day to a convenient, fresh 30-minute episode. Check us out on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Google Podcasts, Amazon Music, and Audible, along with a dozen more. In Real Time has the most informative automotive guest interviews and new car reviews, along with popular features including Konrad's Car Clinic and This Week in Auto History, along with automotive news headlines. Our live broadcast airs every Saturday, 8 to 11 Central on InRealTime.com, the iHeart app, and on YouTube. Be sure to say hello when we're broadcasting from the Tailpipes and Tacos Cruise In, Autorama, and the Houston Auto Show, among others. Now, it's easier than ever to hear about all things automotive all week long. You're invited to join fellow car enthusiasts in becoming part of the ever-growing In Wheel Time Car Talk family. Don't forget those 30-minute podcast episodes on your favorite podcast channel.